I recently did an Ask Me Anything post, and here are my answers to the personal questions. Well, I really like to bake and I'm learning about decorating, specifically cake decorating right now. That's a time where I can really just get into what I'm doing. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm learning something new, which is always fun. So I think I would do something with baking or cake decorating or even like really fancy cooking decoration. I think that's what I would do. Lists. I have a lot of lists either written down on pieces of paper or I have it in my phone. I have checklists of things that I want to do every day, and I make sure that I'm checking all of that stuff off by the end of the day. I also set reminders for myself. Whenever I'm talking to a company and I know that I'm going to want to follow up with them, I automatically, right when I hang up the phone or send that email, put a reminder for me to follow up with them in like a week or two or whatever it is. Every time I open up my calendar, there's always a long list of things just reminding me to follow up with people or to edit this caption or to post this video. I just try to stay very organized. I do a lot of video creation and I'm always coming up with different ideas. I mean, it could be like in the shower or when I'm working out or whatever. I always pick up my phone and jot down those ideas in the notes section of my phone because let's face it, I'm not going to remember that. And that helps me stay organized with my videos too. I needed dental implants because I was congenitally missing 7 and 10. So if you look at any baby pictures of mine, you will see like huge gaps in my teeth. It was cute then, not so cute as an adult. But I went through braces, expansion. I got dental implants actually when I was 16, and I was living up in Alaska at the time. That's where I was born and raised. There was no one in Alaska doing implants at the time. And I'm just so grateful for my parents doing all of this for me, but they flew me to Seattle. I went and got the surgery, and then I had the implants restored back up in Fairbanks in my hometown. And I've had the crowns replaced twice since then. I wasn't happy with the shape, and I ended up getting veneers and crowns on most of my upper teeth. And so the shape of the implant crown just really didn't fit. And so I got those replaced for the last time about 7 years ago. Actually have one that's developing some bone loss on the facial. The plate is very thin, the bone's very thin on the facial, and so that's just something I'm watching. Hopefully, I'm not going to have to do anything about it, but really making sure that I'm getting in there with my floss and my picks and water pick and everything just to keep it really clean. Fingers crossed. Skincare routine, I'm trying to be better about that now. I am 42. Like the collagen isn't as tight or whatever as it used to be. And I've also developed some melasma, so some dark discoloration on my forehead and like around my upper lip area. I am trying to be better about that. Plus, I feel like my pores are like the size of dinner plates, so I'm trying to fix that too. As far as home products, I have started to use the brand Musely. They have a lot of different prescription strength products. And it's nice because they have a really cool app that you can use. I'll put the link down in the description if you want to check them out. You can answer questionnaires depending on what your issues are and what your goals are. And then they'll come up with a prescription program for you. Super easy. It auto refills, so I don't really have to think about it. You can also take progress photos, which I've started to do because if I'm looking at my skin every day, I can't tell if there's changes. But if I look at something from 3 months ago to something now, and I'm taking the photo in the same way, I can see some progress. So I've been really happy with them. Honestly, I think we overcomplicate skincare and we do way too much when we don't really need to. But the two ingredients that have a lot of research behind it, and honestly, I wish I would have started using them sooner, is hydroquinone and retinol products. Those are really good. Like the hydroquinone is good for the melasma that I'm experiencing. And then the retinol products are really good for anti-aging. I wish I would have used those like 15 years ago, but here we are. My morning routine is I'm either just rinsing my face or I'm using a cleanser, it just kind of depends. But at night is where I put all of the stuff on. And that's what Musely recommends because a lot of their products make your skin sensitive to the sun. And so they recommend you putting it on at night. At nighttime, I will use their cleanser and wash my face. Then I'll put on what's called the spot cream. That's for my melasma. That has the hydroquinone in it. I let that set for a little bit. And then I'll put on their anti-aging cream. I'll let that sit for a little bit. There's also an eye cream that I use that also, I think it has retinol in it. And once all of that is soaked in, then I put on some moisturizer because those products can really dry your skin out, especially at first. I was peeling and flaking a lot, so the moisturizer just helps with that. I've also tried to be diligent with getting treatments about once a month. Right now, my esthetician is recommending that I alternate between microneedling 1 month, and then the next month is a treatment. It's kind of a mix between a facial and a chemical peel. And then the next month, I'll do the microneedling. And then the next month, I'll do the mini peel. And I know there's a million different things that you can do, but that seems to be working for me. I'm not married. I used to be. I got divorced about 6 years ago, but I am in a relationship now. If you've seen some of my vlog videos, you will see my food prep and cooking dinner at night. It's really important to me to eat healthy. If I'm not eating healthy, I can definitely feel it in my body and up here in my brain too. So that is a priority. And I know it's hard when we're so busy doing everything that it's a very easy thing to put off and just kind of reach for the junk food. But I really try to plan ahead so that I set myself up for success. My boyfriend and I alternate nights that we're cooking. One night I do all of the cooking and the cleaning up so that he can have a break. And then the next night he cooks and cleans so that I can have a break. If it's my night to cook, I have already planned ahead what I'm doing. I'll do my typically my food prep in the morning when I'm kind of waking up. So I'll chop all my veg. I'm using the slow cooker. I'll throw the meat in the slow cooker. It just kind of depends. Every week when I go to the store, I've already planned what I'm making for that week. I get everything. And then if it's my night to cook, then I just do the prep, make sure that it's all set up for that night. And I cook at night and it works out. I think it's just a matter of being diligent and planning ahead. And I don't know, it just works for me to do a little bit of it in the morning so that I don't have to do so much at night. End of the day, I don't feel like chopping veg. I don't feel like doing all of the things. But if all I have to do is throw the veg into a pan and the meat into a pan and just cook it, that's a lot easier for me. This is a great question. And yes, I'm actually, at least at the time of this video, I'm in a time right now where I am in overwhelm. I've got so much stuff going on and I do not know how I'm going to do it. But it comes and goes, right? It kind of ebbs and flows. I've got times where things are pretty chill and I'm fine, and then times where it really ramps up like it is right now. The thing that I remember is that everything is temporary. This feeling I have right now of being overwhelmed, of literally just trying to keep my head above water, it's going to pass. That's something that really helps me. And that's not just in my business, but in my personal life too. If I'm going through something, family issues or whatever, and I'm feeling anxious or stressed out, just remembering that that's a temporary feeling and it's not going to feel this way forever really helps me just keep my perspective. Yes, things are crazy right now, but probably in a couple weeks, I'm going to be feeling just fine. Also, in those times when you feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable, that is the time that you grow. And so I try to remember too, I'm feeling this way. Things are crazy. I don't know how I'm going to do it. This is also making me a better person. And you don't realize how much you are capable of until you get through times like that and you learn how to get through times like that. It's really empowering just to know that you can handle this. And I guess the more times you do it, the more trust you have in yourself that, like, yeah, things maybe suck right now, but I'm strong and I'm going to get through this just fine. Also, remembering what I have control over. There are so many things that happen during our day or our life that we have no control over, and we just have to roll with that. But there's a lot of things that we do have control over: what we're eating, if we're exercising, our mindset throughout the day, if we're sleeping. So I really try to master those things that I actually have control over, and that really helps me manage the other stuff. So I hope that helps. Thank you for all of your questions on my Ask Me Anything post, and stay tuned for my next video where I have tips for students and new grads.